But this really can save you a lot of time. All cored, ready to go into the dehydrator. You can also core the apples without peeling them. I don't care much if the apples turn brown a little bit, no problem. Now next year I'm hoping to have build a solar food dehydrator to lessen my reliance on electricity. We're getting close to October, and in October we can expect some pretty hard frosts. So I'm taking these seed beets out of the ground now. I'll cut off the green, make sure I don't damage the top of the beet here, and I'll let it dry out and sort of cure the skin so that it's hard. I can cure the skin here and turn it over for a couple of days here in the garden, or I can take it into a shed or a barn floor and let it cure there. Now the curing helps it to be preserved through the winter so that next year we'll be able to plant these out and get some seed for more beets. The same thing with carrots. Similar thing with onions. I can pull onions when they're ready. These don't look all that ready. These were Septs planted late, and I really want to give them more time to develop. My small seedling ones, they're still small, so I'll give them as much time as I can. The salsify can just stay in the garden because it'll be hardy, and it'll last through the winter, and it'll produce seed next year. These were the pea plants that went in very late and got chomped down by some rodent, I suppose, of some kind, and I added some compost to them just because they like the cold weather or the cool weather, and here is starting to blossom, so who knows, we might even just get peas. A few anyway. I have about 5 of these cabbages, various sizes, but I'm going to keep for seed. Even the small one, we'll see what we can do, because we need probably about 5 to get some good seed. But even if we have only 2 to work with, we might be able to keep things going that way. The compost pile is getting even bigger. Not very often parsley will last through the winter in the ground too and come up to produce seed, so I'll leave some in the ground and I'll also bring some in just in case. I intentionally left some of the lamb's quarters to seed because I love it when it comes up in the garden for me. Romaine lettuce hasn't really flowered yet, but it's getting there. Hopefully we'll make it through this before it's too cold and have some seed. It's a good time to dig up the potatoes. The stalks have all died down, and I'm digging them up. And I just didn't want to wait too long because it can get damp and wet in the fall, and that's not good. You got to dry or dig your potatoes while it's dry if you can. And looks like I got a yield of probably an average of 3 potatoes for one that I planted. It's not a huge yield, but I really didn't put too much effort into feeding these potatoes. So I'll be bringing these potatoes into the house so that their skins can dry at room temperature. My Rosa rugosa is producing plenty of rose hips. Here's some sumac. I have some on my property, but these on the side of the road look great. These flowers on the sumac are very rich in vitamin C, and they're available quite early in the year. There is a poison sumac, but They don't look anything like this. Great for tea. A neighbor of mine gave me this chunk of chaga, which is a medicinal birch tree fungus. Grows on the birch tree and very highly sought after, actually. I was told that they grow on the birch trees in low wet areas. My total for potatoes this year is 22 pounds. To cure your potatoes, just spread them out away from direct sunlight to dry for about 10 days or so. And now keep your little potatoes as well, because they make good seed potatoes. And I'm looking at my seed garlic again, because October is the month to plant your garlic, or very early in the spring. But I found good success planting it in the fall.